welcome to your weeknight reset. So if you happen to be joining me live, then it is Monday night. It's nice and sunny. Started off pretty cool, but it turned out to be a beautiful day. Welcome, Jen. And I thought that it would be nice to do a little weeknight reset on Monday because, Mondays, they have a reputation, and even if you've been working at your home or your office, or maybe you haven't been working, you've just been doing stuff around the house, whatever it is, it's always nice to take a little bit of time at the end of the day to sort of shift away from a working mindset and head into just focusing on you. Give yourself some more attention. So we are going to hopefully do that together this evening. And welcome, Des. And yeah, we're gonna get started in a seat. So you might want to sit yourself onto a pillow or a block or something comfy. And you're gonna make your way towards the middle of the mat with your feet together and your knees open wide. So take a few moments to get yourself comfy. I've chosen very specific music for this evening so that hopefully this doesn't get blocked by Instagram again. So I'm going to have that playing quietly in the background, but if there's any music that you want to hear a little more clearly, then you can definitely set that up for yourself. And yeah, I'll meet you there in a second. Alrighty. So taking your feet together, your knees wide, take any movements that you need to make, and when you're ready, you're just going to fold over the legs. You can let your head hang heavy as you just start to feel your spine round, your shoulders, your neck, and your face soften. You might still be feeling a little bit antsy, a little bit of that work energy moving around through your body, so you can move that around here. You can move that out a little bit if you'd like. Maybe taking some gentle sways. Maybe letting your head and your neck roll from side to side. And as you do that, just imagine you're sort of like sweeping that work energy away. If you have a long ponytail like me, maybe you can really like picture that sweeping motion. You're just sweeping that stuff off your mat. And so all that's left is you. Just you for the next 30-ish minutes. You and your body, you and your breath. Nothing else matters. If you're swaying, allow yourself to come to stillness in the center. And then as you take a big breath in, start to lift the upper body, slide your hands somewhere onto the legs. I kind of like to grab the knees. As you lift the chest up high, draw the shoulder blades together and down. And as you exhale, start to lean back around the spine. Feel your shoulder blades spread wide. So just move into your own seated cat-cow right here. However feels good for you, whatever pace feels good. Maybe you want to hang out in either the cat or the cow for a couple more breaths or a little while longer. Maybe you want to close down the eyes. Maybe you want to start to take some circles with the torso, moving around in one direction and then the other. Anything goes here. So remember, it's just for you, not for anybody else. Do what feels good. Finishing off your last couple breaths, doing whatever it is you are doing. And then start to sit up nice and tall. We will take the right leg long and bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right leg. Take your hands on either side of the right leg. Let's flex the foot, so keep it active. Kick the heel away from you. Sit up nice and tall with a big breath in. Feel super long through the spine. And as you exhale, start to fold the upper body down over the right leg. Taking a couple more little pulses like that, inhaling to lift the chest up, lengthen the spine, and exhaling to fold all the way down. Take one more big breath in, lengthen, stretch the spine super long, and exhale to fold. On your next inhale, sit up tall again. You're gonna slide that right leg a little more to the center of your mat and cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Start to bend your right knee so your right foot plants down onto the floor. Your hands are behind you, supporting you, and you're in a nice little seated figure four, like a seated pigeon, a little more gentle than a sleeping pigeon. You might rock a little side to side here, getting into that left hip. And the closer you bring your right foot to your hip, the more intense it's gonna be, so you get to choose how intense you would like this. Maybe you're gonna enjoy some stillness with a few breaths, your chest reaching towards your left shin. And then we will, if the right hip is really close, if the right foot is really close to the right hip, slide it just a little bit further away. Fingers are pointing towards you if they're not already. Spread the fingers wide and then push them down into the mat. As you start to press into the right foot, the hips are gonna lift off the mat. So they might lift up a little, they might lift all the way up so that the hips are in line with the knees and the shoulders, and you get a big stretch across the chest. If this is too much, the left foot can come down to the floor. So both feet are pressing down, and you're enjoying a nice, beautiful stretch across the front side of the body. And wherever you are, you'll lower down. If the left leg got uncrossed, cross it back, and then drop your legs over towards the right side. You're coming into a seated twist. If the left hip is lifting, you can straighten the right leg to keep the left hip down. Hug your knee in with your right arm as you bring your left hand behind you, and twist to the left. If you'd like a little more intensity in the twist, you can hook your right elbow to the outside of the left knee, and you'll really feel the twist through the mid and upper back. Keep lengthening through your super tall spine, using the left hand like a kickstand, pushing it down into the floor. And then starting to untwist, we are going to face the back of the mat and do that on the other side. So the left leg will stretch long, sole of the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Begin to walk your hands out along either side of your left leg. Sit up nice and tall as you inhale, stretch the spine long. And as you exhale, fold over the left leg. Take two more. Big breath in to lengthen. And big breath out to forward fold. Last one like that. Inhaling, lengthen. And exhale, let it go. As you inhale, sit up tall, and then take the left leg straight out in front of you. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Begin to bend your left knee so the left foot is planted and you're in your figure four seat. You can flex the right foot if you'd like. You can wiggle the hips around side to side if it feels nice. Just being mindful of the right knee, of course. Please don't mess with the knees. Maybe walking that left foot a little bit closer to you. Maybe reaching your chest a little closer to your right shin as you think about the right knee pushing away from you, just a little bit. Most of the things are just a little bit, just small adjustments. Does not need to be big. And then if the left foot is really close to you, begin to take it just a bit further away, fingers pointing towards the hips, get a good firm grip on the mat. As you press into the left foot, the hips begin to lift. Squeeze your glutes nice and strong. Again, you can take your right foot down to the ground if that feels a little better for you. Maybe you can drop your head back if that feels all right for your neck. Keep pushing the floor away. And then slowly lower the hips down and drop the legs to the left again. You're back in your seated twist. Bottom leg bent or straight if you'd like. Hug the knee in with your left arm and bring the right hand behind you. Feel that nice tall spine. Maybe bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee to feel more twisting through the mid and upper back. Those good spots that don't like to move very much. You just gently create a little bit more space where there is very little or no space in the body. Breathe into those areas, create more space with your breath. And then slowly begin to untwist. Face the front again. Untangle the legs and make your way into a squat. So the feet are going to come about mat width, hip width, as wide as you'd like. You're just gonna take a few little rocks side to side. You can lift the heels, lift the toes, roll to the edges of your feet. If you've been sitting a lot, or even if you've been standing a lot, this might feel funny. It might feel uncomfortable at first. It might feel nice to lengthen the low back. You can stay with movement or keep your hands on the floor or bring them to your heart. Not here for too long, so press into the outer edges of your feet. Lengthen your spine. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, fold over the legs. Start to heel toe your feet to hip width apart. Take a couple little sways here. Just invite some length down the back body. And maybe sweeping that work stuff off your mat, or sweeping the dog hair off your mat, or cat hair, or whatever it might be. We're gonna come into gorilla. So take a real big bend in the knees, bigger than you want to, or you think you might have to. And then slide your hands underneath of your feet. So you're stepping on your palms. Elbows can open out wide to the side. Just imagine like a big, beautiful gorilla, maybe swaying, massaging the wrists and the feet. If you want more sensation through the wrists, draw your elbows in towards each other so they point towards your shins. Probably feeling that through the tops of the hands and the forearms. Keep the bend in your knees, but keep reaching your chest towards your thighs. All right, let's slide the hands out from underneath of the feet. We're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right leg. You can grab the shin, the ankle, if you'd like, whatever you can reach. And the right arm will start to circle back. Pull a little bit on your right leg with your left hand. And then bring the right hand down and switch sides. So the right ankle grabs the outer left leg, the shin or the ankle. And the left arm sweeps a big circle all the way around. Take one more each side. Just weaving the arms through each other. Lengthening the spine, finding a little lift in the low belly as you do this. Once you finish off on that left side, circling the left arm, we'll just roll up the spine. One vertebrae at a time as you fix whatever you gotta fix. Your shorts, your pants, your shirt, your hair. Take a big shoulder roll when you reach the top. And then we'll take a little step up if you're not close to the top of your mat. And we'll move through some sun salutations. So feet can be hip width or together, you choose. Take a big breath in, reach your arms high, bring your palms to touch. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Take a halfway lift, create nice space in your long spine. And as you exhale, fold, plant your hands down, step back into plank. You can keep the toes down or you can drop the knees. As you bend the elbows, lower down to the ground. Lift your chest up into a little cobra, elbows draw in. And as you breathe out, press yourself back into your downward facing dog, the first one right here in this practice. So you can move around, you can shake your head, your hips, whatever feels right to you. You might want to rise up high onto the tippy toes, give your feet a nice big stretch. And then if you're moving, come into stillness. We're going to look up towards the hands and step the right foot up as high as it'll go, dropping the left knee down. Keep the left toes tucked, just coming into a lunge for one breath. So as you inhale, sweep the arms high, press your hips forward and down. And as you exhale, bring your hands down, press into the right foot, and step your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale to stand all the way up. Palms touch, and as you exhale, we melt all the way back down. Take your halfway lift, feel strength in the legs and the core. And then fold, plant your hands, step back into your plank, knees or toes. Keep your elbows close as you lower with control. Lift your chest up, cobra, or if you feel ready for it, upward dog, arms straight, thighs lift. And then pull the hips up and back into your downward dog. Take another breath or two once you are here. And then when you're ready, look up towards your hands, step your left foot up. Right knee drops down into your low lunge. Keep the right toes tucked as you inhale. Lift the arms, lift the chest, feel that nice stretch through the right hip. And as you exhale, bring your hands down, press into the left foot, spring up into your forward fold. Take your halfway lift, create some space in the spine. And your fold as you exhale. Inhale to rise all the way back up. Palms touch. We're gonna melt all the way back down again, moving slow and steady with your breath. Lengthen halfway and fold, soften. Plant the hands, step back to your plank, knees or toes, lowering all the way or maybe halfway this time. Lifting your chest, cobra or up dog, your choice of back bend, and then downward facing dog is where we meet. This time let's lift the right leg up, really reach the toes back, allow your hip to open, either keeping the leg straight or you can bend the right knee. You can move the knee around, well, really move the knee around, you can circle the knee around. You can circle the ankle around, wiggle the toes. And then on your next inhale, stretch your right leg long. As you exhale, step your right foot up, back into your lunge. You can keep the back knee lifted or drop it down. As you inhale, lift the body, lift the arms. And as you exhale, bring the hands down, weight shifts into the right foot, step up to fold. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Fold, let it go. Stand up, reach up, palms touch. And come back down as you breathe out. Last time through, lengthen, flat back. Fold, plant the hands, step or a little hop back into your plank. Knees or toes, bend the elbows, lower halfway or all the way. Cobra or up dog, downward facing dog. All right, carrying the left leg up. I'm already so warm right now. Push the floor away. You can move around the ankle again, wiggle the toes, bend the knee, circle it around. Focus on you, what your body wants, what your body needs. And then on your next inhale, stretch the left leg long. And as you exhale, step your foot up, between the hands, bending into the left knee. Almost lost my balance there. You can drop the right knee down. Wouldn't that be crazy? Or keep it lifted, reach high. I'm being sarcastic. Bring the hands down, forward fold, stepping up. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Fold, exhale. Stand tall, reach up. And then bring hands to heart. All right, we're gonna switch it up here. So you can bring your feet together. Shift the weight into the right side. Right leg is nice and strong. Carry the arms high. And then as you exhale, you're gonna bend into the right knee, sweep your left leg over top of your right, and wrap your left arm underneath of your right. We're coming into eagle. So if you can, bring the palms together, thumbs pointing towards your face. If that doesn't work, grab your shoulders. Squeezing legs tight, maybe you wrap your left foot behind your right calf muscle. Bring knees a little bit to the left, upper body slightly to the right to keep everything in one line. Focus one point and please breathe. Keep sitting low like you're in a chair. Not the one you've been working in all day though. All right, let's slowly unravel the left leg. Keep your arms in this eagle. Take a big step back. Left toes tuck under. As you inhale, start to lift the chest, lift the arms a bit away from your body, or just feel the shoulders lift. And then as you exhale, find a little round here. Feel the shoulder blades spread as you pull everything in. A couple more. Inhale to lift the chest. And then as you exhale, curl in, feel the shoulder blades spread, keep bending into the front knee. Take one more like that. Inhale, little back bend. Exhale, round in. And then this time as you inhale, start to straighten the front leg, unravel the arms, take them wide for balance. As you exhale, we fold down over the right leg. Start to pivot, face the long edge of your mat. Line up the heels, and then keep your left hand down underneath of your face on the floor or a block, and bring your right hand to the base of your spine. Feel your hips level, your legs super strong. Feel the kneecaps lift up, and then start to roll your right shoulder back. Keeping those hips level, that's why your hand is there, not just for fun. Roll the top shoulder back. You can stay here or reach up. If you can keep the hips level and the spine long, maybe you take a little bind, wrapping your right hand behind you, reaching for your left hip. And then wherever you are, whatever hand position you have, you're gonna start to turn the left toes. So you're facing the back of the mat, bending into your left knee. Right toes turn in slightly. You're in a side angle towards the back. If that's too much, you can take your left forearm onto your left thigh, rest it lightly there. Maybe Grabbing your left thigh with your right hand, rolling your right shoulder back a little more. Now you're going to keep the legs as they are as you start to come into a reverse warrior. So the upper body lifts, the left arm reaches up and back. Maybe keeping your half bind. Maybe going for a full cow face bind, reaching your fingers together behind your back. Or you can bring your right hand to the top left elbow. Give yourself a nice little tricep stretch. See what happens today as you breathe. And just keep this focus right here on you. Now start to straighten your left leg, release whatever bind you had. Turn to face the top. Bend into your right knee, left hand plants. Right arm reaches up, nice big twisted lunge. As you roll the right shoulder back, feel yourself wring out the spine. And then we're going to come into a side plank. So you can either drop your left knee if you'd like, turn the left toes behind you, kick back, or you can roll to the edge of the left foot and heel toe that right foot back, keeping your hips pressing to the sky. You can kind of hang out here. This is a nice place to be. Or you can stack your right leg on top of your left. You can lift it up into the air as you keep reaching high. Maybe you want to step your right foot behind you and press the hips up into a little wild thing. The options are endless, as you can probably tell, so choose what works best for you. Let's all bring the right hand down, step back either into child's downward dog, or move through a flow. Taking a few moments to do what you need to do to reset, to reconnect. And then we're going to make our way up to the top, gazing to the hands, lifting the heels, bending the knees, taking a step or hop into your fold. Take a halfway lift, lengthen. And as you exhale, fold. Rise all the way up, bring palms touch. And we'll come right into eagle on the second side. So the right arm is going to sweep underneath of the left. As you sit low, lift the right leg over top of the left. So you're squeezing your legs together, you're squeezing your arms together. Again, if you can't grab the palms, grab the shoulders. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then point the right toes. See if you can just like gently encourage them around the back of the left leg. If they don't wrap completely today, it's all good. Keep bending into the left knee, sitting low. And then keep the eagle arms as you start to unravel the leg, step the right leg back. As you start to lift the chest up, take your time, move slow into your high lunge. And then as you exhale, round in, feel the shoulder blades spread, keep bending the left knee. 2 more, inhale, a little back bend, keep the back leg super strong. As you exhale, a little round and curl in. 1 more time, inhale. Big exhale. This time as you inhale, straighten out the front leg. As you untangle the arms, reach them wide, and then spill over the left leg gracefully. It's a graceful spill. And then start to pivot, face the long edge of the mat. Heels lined up, toes turn in just a little bit. Walk your hands out in front of you so your spine is long. Right hand stays underneath of your face. Left hand to the base of the spine. Feel that the hips stay level. As you press into the outer edges of your feet, start to roll the top left shoulder back. So you're feeling your heart stretch forward, your hips pull back a little bit, the thighs lift up towards the hips, and then maybe you reach your left arm high, give yourself a little wave. Maybe, or I guess that'd be me you're waving at. Well, maybe wrap your left arm behind, reaching for your right hip, keeping all that integrity in the spine. And then we'll start to pivot, looking to the back, bending into the right knee. So the right toes are pointing to the back of the mat. You might need to widen your stance a little here as you press into the outer edge of the left foot. Again, right hand can stay on the floor, or you can bring your forearm just to rest lightly on the thigh. In your side angle, maybe you can sort of grab a hold of that right thigh as you roll your top shoulder back. Maybe that's too much. You want to keep your hand on your low back. That's totally fine too. Let's start to take a big breath in as we lift the upper body. Keep pressing into the front right heel, reaching right arm up and back, reverse warrior. Again, your options are to clasp your hands behind you for a cow face bind, to stay in regular, traditional, or you can pat yourself on the back because you deserve it, and it also feels nice to stretch out that right tricep. Grabbing the right elbow with the left hand, keeping the chest lifted. Now start to straighten your right leg, release whatever bind you have as you turn, face back to the top. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches up, nice twist. Feel the inner thighs firm towards each other. As the spine lengthens, the heart reaches forward. And then either drop the right knee down, kick back into a modified side plank, or you can roll to the edge of your right foot, heel toe that left foot somewhere towards the middle of your mat. Maybe stack the legs, or step the left foot behind you. Press the hips up, press the heart up, pressing into the parts of you that are connected to the ground. That'll help you send a little bit more energy up. And then wherever you are, plant the left hand down, step back, either child's, flow, or downward dog. All right. How's that for a little 30-minute weeknight reset? Wherever you are, we're gonna bring the knees down if they're not already down. We're gonna come into melting heart. Start to crawl the hands forward. Bring your forehead down. If the floor feels far away, find a prop to slide underneath of it, underneath of the forehead. The arms are long, they're about shoulder width or a little wider if you're feeling some tension in the shoulders, if it feels a little pinchy. Just think about sinking your heart down towards the floor. Hips could be stacked above the knees, or if that's too intense, bring them a little closer to your heels. Relax through the upper arms, the shoulders, and the chest. Send deep breaths into wherever you feel like you need it the most. If this is feeling good and you want to stay here a little longer, you certainly can. If you feel ready to slide the hips back, melting them so slowly towards the heels, make your way into a child's pose. Maybe bringing the arms down by your side so your hands rest by your feet, giving the shoulders a little bit of time to just round, to relax. As you just fold in on yourself. Feeling your upper body fill as you breathe in, it expands, presses against your thighs. Just feel yourself empty, sink closer and closer to the floor as you exhale. And when you're ready, start to slide your hands underneath of your shoulders. Press yourself up, and you can either make your way onto your back, maybe take a twist or a final posture that feels good, or maybe make your way into a comfortable seat. So something that feels good for you, maybe with a prop, maybe adjusting what you need to adjust, closing your eyes if that feels all right. We actually still have a few moments together, so I encourage you to stay for the last couple moments, last few minutes. All of the movement that you did, all the breathing, the focus, try and keep that with you right here. That feeling of being with yourself, 100%. And when you start to notice the mind run away, as it likes to do, see if you can reel it back in with a big breath in and a big breath out. And then another big breath in and smooth breath out. And staying with that rhythm for as long as you can. Staying with that even when you want to get up and do something else. Staying with that even when it gets a little uncomfortable. And staying with that as I disappear from your screen, knowing that you always have this ability within you to pause, to feel, to reconnect to yourself. So I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you feel good. And I appreciate you all so, so much.